All right, where we left off, the Minutemen pull a shocking upset of the British at Concord, thanks to the British mistake of wasting too much time deep in enemy territory away from their stronghold, and thanks to smart techniques by the Patriots using the ambush-style attack, guerrilla warfare-style attack, taking advantage of the geography, high ground, knowledge of the land, and the disorganization of the British to get a victory at Concord. After this, war is inevitable. Both sides must prepare, and the colonists have to decide whether they're going to be patriots or loyalists. What can we learn from this early attack at Concord? Well, the patriots showed great innovation. They used creative thinking and new ideas to solve the problem. At Lexington earlier in the morning, they got annihilated by the British in a traditional field-style battle. However, they made adjustments and called in reinforcements and used guerrilla warfare and ambush to really give the Redcoats problems on their march back to Boston. So always try to use creativity, find solutions to problems, figure out the best solution. After this, another meeting is called in Philadelphia, the Second Continental Congress. And at the Second Continental Congress, delegates do make an important decision that they're going to be united. They're going to come together. Although many of the delegates did not agree on war and peace yet, they will start to slowly but surely develop bonds that will eventually make our country. The Second Continental Congress decided that each state should form their own constitution and that they would organize these militiamen in these different towns into an organized army called the Continental Army. And a very wise decision was to put George Washington in charge of this army, recruiting, training, getting supplies. George Washington immediately leads the Second Continental Congress to go prepare for war. Although they are preparing for war, they take one last stab at peace. They send a letter to King George and ask, it's called the Olive Branch Petition, and they ask him to repeal the Intolerable Acts, and they said if he will do that, they will make peace and become loyal subjects to the king once again. The letter is sent, the Olive Branch Petition is sent. King George never even reads it, and at this point it is time for both sides to go to an all-out war against each other. It's funny to think of all what might have happened if he would have read that petition and if he would have considered it. If they could have made peace, maybe it would have changed the course of world history, and who knows if the United States would ever came to be. Around Massachusetts, the militia continues to fight. They're not very organized, but they are good shots, and they do outnumber the British. And so the British, although they have control of Boston, are kind of pinned down as they're surrounded by militiamen from the other villages outside of Boston. This leads to the Battle of Bunker Hill in June of 1775. The British are down in Boston Harbor. That's where their main stronghold is. The Patriots get on top of Bunker Hill, and the British realize that's a problem because if they can get cannons up there, they have the high ground, they can shoot down their boats. When the British see this, they order an attack to get the Patriots off Bunker Hill. The Patriots actually move to an even larger hill called Breed's Hill, and that's where the battle will take place. The British, early in the morning, charge up the hill, kind of foolishly because they do not have the high ground, and Breed's Hill is a large hill. The Patriots are patient and have good strategy. They are conserving their limited supply of bullets, and they don't shoot until they see the whites in the Redcoats' eyes. Early in the morning, the British are mowed down on the hill, many of them, hundreds of them, dying in the first charge. Once again, in midday, another charge is ordered, and once again, it is put down by the Patriots, with hundreds more British dying. Finally, a third and final charge is ordered by the British, and the Redcoats reach the top of the hill because the Patriots run out of bullets. The Patriots are forced to flee, making Bunker Hill a British victory because they took the hill. But in the end, over 1,000 British soldiers died and only 400 or so Patriots. So Bunker Hill will give the Patriots a lot of confidence because they realize that it's no longer a fluke what has happened at Concord, that they can stand up to the British Army. And it also shows that the British Army continue to make mistakes as they lose high ground and seem to be unprepared for battle at times. So Bunker Hill is one of those battles where, although the British won the battle, it seems like it did more good for the Patriots than even the British. We just talked about that. It's kind of an arrogant mistake for the British to think they could just easily charge up a hill. Charlestown is burnt to the ground during this process as the British seek revenge in the battle. There's a sketch of that. Not a real good picture there. And it did result in some hand-to-hand fighting at the top of the hill as well. Okay, that kind of wraps up Bunker Hill. As we continue to go in deeper into the battles, we'll continue to look at this in the days to come.